What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of The Unlimited You. I'm gonna keep my glasses on though, because the sun is shining right in my face. This is literally one of my favorite spots that I found here on Maui. Especially right now, they kind of got the entrance blocked off by a lot of the rocks that fell on the road after the last storm. And there is like a couple that with their kid that walked out as I came down here. And there's no service down here. It's literally a beautiful freaking spot. And these little pools around me here. You got fish, you got crabs. There's a little one swimming over there. There was like a big fly fish swimming through here. Absolutely beautiful. Today, I wanted to talk about the importance of rewiring our brain and being aware of our old patterns and how we hold emotions and past events against ourselves in preventing us from writing that future that we truly dream about. And in holding what we've experienced in our past and having that expectation, we're kind of limiting ourselves from experiencing our true potential, right? That's why meditation is so important. It's one of the biggest ways that we can bring awareness to our minds and literally create neuroplasticity and being able to rewire our brains so that we can let go of that old self that is only preventing us from achieving greatness, from embodying that greatness, where we once took our past, our foundation, and created that very refined, limited future, where we open ourselves up to that future potential and allow it to funnel down to us here and now. Oh, there's a gorgeous one. And that guides us into our future potential. But we can only do that by being open and connecting to it, by connecting to spirit, by connecting to our higher selves. And we can't do that through thinking. We can't do that through the old systems, the old ways of thinking. We don't even do that through emotions, right? The emotions is a chemical response, an energy flowing through the body. We can sit there, we can feel it. We can sit there, we can observe the thoughts. And when we do that, we allow the observation of it to expand the consciousness into being able to become aware of what we are. There's some gobies. Oh, they're eating. Oh, those are some giant gobies. Let me see if I can show y'all. Oh, they moved. But there's this little pond. You may be able to see them swimming right here. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but I tried. So by being aware of our old thought patterns, by being aware of where we are now and how we're thinking, we can bring greater awareness to that energy that flows through the body. Right? When we meditate, we feel the energy moving through the spine as we breathe in, as we breathe out. And we learn that that energy is actually dictating the breath, is dictating how the energy is moving and flowing through the body. And by attuning ourselves to God, to that truth, to that consciousness, we are essentially like tuning our radio frequency of our brain to be able to receive that higher self. Oh, if I move, he's gonna move, but he's so gorgeous. I'm gonna try one more time to show y'all. He's fish. Look at this guy. Yeah, he moved. Oh, he saw me coming. The second I moved the phone, he like dipped out. But I'm gonna keep the camera here and keep talking because he's gorgeous. I want y'all to see him. So you can see one over there. But there's a lot of activity in this little pool right here. There's a lot of activity. We become aware of our higher selves. Let me show you this other pool where there's more fish, more beautiful creatures over here surrounded by nature. Right? We start tuning ourselves to that future potential, to that awareness. Oh, he's over the edge. Oh, he totally, he's so aware of me right now. Let you film me, bro? I'm not gonna let you film me. And through awareness, right, we're tuning into that vibration. Because everything is frequency, the physical matter. And we're tuned in to this physical world. So when we quiet the mind, we allow that attunement by the help of our guru, by the help of quieting our minds, we allow the old patterns to literally disconnect in our brain. And when we do that, we reconnect stronger pathways. We reconnect to being able to sense that subtlety. It's like some people who can taste different things in food. They have attuned their taste buds to experience that. Like some people hear different instruments and the subtleties in music. They have attuned their brains to be able to experience that. You can apply the same experience to that physical awareness, to how our brain is tuned to a specific frequency. By us elevating the frequency that our brain is thinking at, we elevate what we bring in through our thoughts, through our frequencies. And that increases your awareness of yourself. It allows the energy to more easily flow through your spine rather than being caught up in the vortices that are your chakras. And I have entire episodes talking about dealing with those emotions. And when you get to a certain point, you essentially shatter your old life, your old way of being, to enter into the new potential. Geez, he's beautiful. I wish I could show you all him, but he's not letting me show you. It's like a big, giant goby. Oh, he's gorgeous. Okay. I love fish. I make fish out of glass. They're some of my favorite animals. I'm a Pisces. Makes sense, right? Yeah, and when we allow that intuition to grow by tuning into it, by allowing ourselves to experience those subtleties, it increases in awareness. It increases in the potential of you receiving that information. And the more you tune into it, the more you receive. The less you start thinking, and the more you start receiving. And if you think about it, like when you're reading a book, you don't know what's going to come next. As you're reading, you are experiencing. You're letting your mind formulate the specific story, the specific visual, and you're literally manifesting these words into your mind, right? When we attune ourselves to the Guru, to God, through meditation, we are allowing that frequency to enter into our consciousness to then rewire ourselves. That can restructure your physical appearance, that can restructure your entire body, healing it, and letting go of the things that used to hold you back. You know, fears, worries, old thought patterns. Because we realize that that's really our limitation, our belief in those systems that was preventing us from reaching that potential. Only we are stopping us. There are external circumstances that may be delaying us from actualizing these things, and those are often meant to teach us something further about ourselves that we don't know. But staying in the present moment to receive that information and receive that knowledge allows us to be able to learn faster and adapt to those situations so that we can further grow into the selves that we want to grow into. We start receiving that information from that consciousness into the brain, and rather than processing it logically in the way that we've been trained. And that's what we call intuition, the flow state, meditative state. And it's really important when we get overwhelmed, when we start, feeling ourselves getting back into old patterns, to sit with the feelings, to sit with those thoughts. And we begin to allow them to flow instead of being stuck in that one area. And when they flow, they carry with it a release of energy. And you can feel that physically, you can feel that emotionally, A lot of people will get chills. Some people will burst out into tears, into laughter. There's many different expressions of this release. Some people may feel out-of-body experiences. And what's on the other side is an entirely new version of yourself. As every second is different, so is that new potential that we are welcoming into by opening our mind and our body to that new version of you. And that version has limitless potential if we allow it to. And we can only allow that to happen by not becoming attached to the end goal. By living right here in this moment and following our excitement and our passion and literally living it with truth, living it with joy, right? Like right now I'm just staring out into the ocean. The current's completely changed to normal. Normally right here in this whole area, waves would be crashing and coming into these pools. Now these pools are mostly still, and it's allowing for a different environment to transform in these little ecosystems. Just as when you sit in a meditation, you are stilling the mind and creating a better reflection for you to see yourself. But you have to be able to see yourself. You have to be able to see yourself without being overcome by that current moment, by breathing. The breath allows you to oxygenate your body, further clearing the mind and increasing the awareness of what you are witnessing. And through that increased awareness, we begin to see and feel more of what we truly are, more of that spirit, more of that energy. And it's critical in our evolution as human beings, in the human experience, right? We realize that we're receiving all of this guidance, all of this intuition, all of the time. But we stop ourselves. We say, oh, that can't be possible. Oh, I've been there before and this has happened, rather than learning from it. The wise thing is to allow the lesson to set in, to allow your reaction to change, to remain calm, because we don't give anyone else the privilege of allowing the sea inside of us to be turned into chaos through external experiences. That's where we get to. In being happy in every moment and seeing that it will lead us further into ourselves, further into our journey, further into the unlimited. We begin to see this in different ways. Oh, now there's whales out there. Okay, if I can catch a whale coming out of the water, I'm totally gonna flip the camera for y'all, because I just saw them blow out there and they're still out here. But we get lost in the concrete jungle, you know? We don't feel the mana within ourselves, in the land, in the rocks, on the plants, on the earth. We're one with the earth. We learn from it. We feel the energy stored and flowing through this place. That is freaking beautiful, but not everyone sees it. A lot of people are skeptical because they don't know. The current system is designed to oppress that, to teach kids, adults, that we're production machines, to pump out kids so that they can, okay, I'm gonna have to try it. They're starting to come out of the water there. Let me see. Yeah, you should be able to see it over here. Let's see. There's whales coming out of the water right over here. You can see the blowing of their water. Maybe we'll catch one on camera here. We begin to witness ourselves change in attunement with the earth, in attunement with Pachamama, Mother Earth, that exists as the feminine energy. that we've repressed, that synchronization with the true spirit of this world. We call that Shakti. And the divine masculine, we would call Shiva. Let me see if we can get closer here. See some of that. But separate, they can become imbalanced. We must experience it as a whole. We must experience it as one, as Shiva and Shakti, embodying the divine feminine and the divine masculine. We may often find ourselves in situations where we feel like we need to defend our ego, our intellect, our knowledge, because others, maybe they don't see us, maybe they don't respect us, and it's up to us to hold that internal vibration, because no one else is going to do it for us. That's our work, each individual, that we need to do. And every single circumstance and every single day is going to take you further into showing you something more about yourself. Either that you need to take care of your body more, either that you need to bring more calmness into your mind, more physical fitness into your body so that you're more capable physically, more attunement to the spirit. But you have to do all of them. You can't just do one. If you just do one, you're lacking in other areas. And that's why living a lifestyle of balance is difficult in today's world. We feel like we need to try so hard just to maintain an equilibrium. Maybe because of the people we surround ourselves with. Maybe because of the life path we've chosen. And that we're resisting our true passion so that we can make money. Oh, okay, they're getting closer. Okay, I gotta try. Oh, they're like right here. And when we begin to let go of what we thought we should do, when we instill that calmness, we are able to see more clearly our true path, the middle path. Maybe it's de-escalation, maybe it's self-care, maybe it's exercise, maybe it's being able to talk to other people with kindness and respect. Oh, you can totally see them. You can totally see them. Yes. Okay, let me see if I can get closer here when they come out. This is beautiful. I'm glad I had this on a tripod, but hopefully I'm pointing at it. Oh, here we go. It's important that we exist in the balance, because it's so easy to be swayed by those around who get lost in the physical. And it's difficult. We experience pain, we experience suffering, we experience all of these different things that make it difficult and challenging, because the flesh and the mind can be easily swayed, because we get fooled by the illusion that we are the body. We have a body, just like we have hands, but I'm not my hand, right? I'm not my thoughts. I can observe my thoughts. I can observe my feelings. I can be afraid of certain things, but through observing those different things, the consciousness separates and starts to see the grander picture. You begin to see the forest from above while you're in it. You begin to understand the collective harmony of the oneness that exists within everything. Every single animal, every single rock, the ocean, the wind, the fire, everything. From that place, there is serenity. Not a serenity of ignorance, but a serenity of true bliss that comes from the truth in being the consciousness, being aware of it. Those of us who seek will want to understand, but you have to do the work. You have to do the work. The work is hard. The work is shattering of your old life. And when you allow that shattering to happen, you bring about a more true reflection that then you can actually see yourself. You can actually see what you are. You're not having thoughts. You're observing them. And through that attunement, your intuition grows. Your observation of the natural world grows. And in that place, we can see that we are experiencing a beautiful life. In that place, we welcome change. We're not scared of it. We embrace the madness because we know that we are here to experience it, and it frees us to follow our passion. It frees us to live more fully in treating ourselves with kindness. We treat others with kindness, and when treating ourselves with love, we treat others with love. With respecting ourselves, we respect others. And with having patience and understanding with ourselves, we have that for others as well. But not everyone can do it, because not everyone wants to. Not every single person is going to see the benefit in doing that, because it is some of the most difficult work you will ever do. But this is what the gurus teach us. This is what the wisest of the wise say. And those who have lived it understand its importance. Understand that the thoughts in every minute of our lives can be full, can be radiating love and light. And through that consciousness, through that awareness, we are. I am. Om. Peace. Amen. So be it, my friends. See it, welcome it into your heart. Feel the light that courses through your body into your brain, literally animating it. For without that light, we can't experience. We cannot be. So feel the light, the sensation that it brings to you. Allow it to transform the body. Allow it to evolve you into who you never thought you could be. Hell, I mean, seriously, like 10 years ago, I never thought I'd be making YouTube videos like this. If you look back on my YouTube, it was like about fish stuff. And then it was about traveling. And then like the first part of my podcast were about like, you know, more physical martial arts stuff. And as I got deeper into meditation, as I saw how interconnected the martial and the yogic trainings were, they're literally the exact same teachings, the more I understood the path that I was walking, the path to myself, through understanding, through seeking truth, through seeking wisdom, because that is what I prize and that is what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about learning and understanding myself in this world. Maybe I'm just a nerd about it, but I will soak it all in because it's beautiful. And I've had some crazy experiences that have allowed me to be open to that have shown me that is true. And we hold a lot of resentment to that potential because the current system doesn't want us to see, doesn't want us to understand. So break that egg open. Like a seed put into the dirt, let your tree grow. Let it flow from the ground, through the feet, to the crown. Breathe it in, breathe it out. That's a line from one of my favorite songs, Sueño, Cacao Dance. Shout out to them. Beautiful music. We are. And when we exist in this moment, we see that beauty. When we exist in the head, in the thoughts and the emotions, we get overcome by them. All the different tools that exist in this world are literally meant to bring you to this moment until you get to the point where all you are is this moment and you realize how unbounded you are, how expansive your existence is. Because wherever you are at the center. But there is no circumference, there is no end to you. As far as I can see, it is a reflection of myself. That is exactly what our science is leading us to. Into understanding this world as energy. That is what some of the greatest scientists in our times have told us. When we understand this world through energy, we begin to see the truth. That every single particle, every single part of this is consciousness. And in uniting with it, we find bliss, we are calm. And as my guru teaches us, calm is different than peace because we can be calm in an ever chaotic world. Amidst the crash of breaking worlds, we can stand unshaken with calmness in our hearts. Paramhansa Yoganandaji. Jai Guru, Jai Hanuman. It is a beautiful thing. And that takes discipline, that takes work, but it takes the yearning for it. And if you have that yearning to reach that within yourself, that is already great, beautiful karma that you have come to this place. But we are easily swayed through identification with the physical, with pain, with suffering, with hardship. So let those things lead you to a greater understanding. Because before we break through, we often go through those things to see, to allow the mind to break, to truly open up to that new potential. That's how we rewire the brain. That's how we allow the emotions to flow, is by wanting it and knowing that it is there. It's not a belief. A belief comes from a lack of seeing the truth. A belief comes from something you don't know. But once you see it, once you experience it, you know it. And by knowing it, you have this confidence to actualize it, to become it. This isn't something I believe in. This is something that I've grown to understand through my life experience. That the things I've gone through in my life have brought me right here, right now, to sitting on this rock, to talking to my phone, to those of you connected around the world, wherever you are, watching this, who choose to want to listen. So get out of your mind. Get out of the box that you've put yourself in. And you don't have to share it with the world, but you have to be open to it within yourself and follow that excitement, follow that passion, and allow it to bring more of yourself to you. Allow it to show you how beautiful you are. And some of us may be called to share that with others, to share that beauty, that experience, that wisdom, that truth, that love. By being love, we spread it throughout the world. We shine the light on the darkness. By being love, we spread it, and we can change the very fabric of this existence. Because after all, that's what we're doing every single second. We are shifting to a different version of ourselves. We are aligning to what we focus on. So if you want to be calm, establish calmness and focus on that. If you want to be peace, establish that. If you want to be love, establish that and feel that within yourself. And it will magnify and radiate. And there are tools, both medical, traditional medical ways that are little tickets to show you more of yourself, to guide you to more of yourself. Like cacao. For some, like ayahuasca. For others, like meditation, kirtan, chanting, music. The vibration of music takes you beyond because it is producing a vibration at a frequency that allows it to affect the physical in a more experiential way. Listen to music that brings you calm and peace and closer to God and closer to that source. Put the people around you who aren't going to just feed you a circular loop of acceptance, but a true mirror of acceptance, an unconditional love and accepting exactly where you are, but telling you the truth and not just what you want to hear. And then we become like birds. We have the courage to take off by following the wind sent to us by our consciousness. We glide effortlessly. At first, we may struggle in building the muscles of the awareness to be able to withstand the storm. Eventually, it becomes effortless because it becomes a way of life. It becomes a way of being. And sometimes you may run into a storm, but it is our duty to have the integrity in retaining that calmness. You can do it. We can all do it. By being that truth, we will usher in a new way of life on this earth that is more aligned with this beauty. Wow, it got pretty dark, huh? Yeah, there's some storm clouds coming. So stay with love, my friends. Follow your passion. Follow your heart. And don't let you or anyone else stop you. Because you're worth it. It is worth it. And if it's hard, breathe. You got this. I love you. And I hope that you see the love inside of you. On the next episode. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't already, subscribe, send a like. And if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'd love to hear from y'all.